afternoon, everybody. It's Anthony Jones from South Carolina, coming to you live from Dubai, dinner in the sky. Hope you enjoyed today's video.
Absolutely. Anthony Jones is 100% correct. Him and Felicia Jones actually just left to head back to the States only mere hours ago, and I'll be doing the same in about 24 hours from now. Really exciting times, and Dubai, I mean, just an incredible city. A lot more to come. A video, in fact, will become giving you guys a little bit of a brief down and a rundown on my time over here. First and foremost, let's go ahead and just dive into the broader markets and check it out. What we're doing is we're getting really close to this red bar, these pretty much copy and pasted lines from, I mean, look at the similarities. It's incredible. So copy and pasted similar lines from over here, which was an amazing bull run throughout the last part of the year, and it kind of just slowly came to a halt right at the end of January. I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but it probably will. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm expecting something very similar to this to occur any day now, realistically, over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. It could happen. I'm not saying it will. I'm just prepared for it. It needs to occur. There's, nothing goes up forever. You have to have some pullbacks. And Wednesday, which is today's review, I did absolutely horrible, pretty much horrific. Couldn't have done worse if I tried. I traded like a giant sand-filled shoe, and it did not work out well. I'll cover my losses. I'll kind of go over everything with you, but long story short, it was not a Wednesday, spelled with an I, at least for me. The SPY getting to a spot where I did I did go bearish on some positions and just went bearish a little too early, I guess. Here is the 5-minute chart, and if you played the retest, because it actually was a very nice retest gap on the SPY, you did really well. Here's your hammer, here's your retest right there, boom. There's your other hammer, and it made a new high, and so you'd have been able to take a position and pretty much lock in your gains and win on a bullish position on the SPY. I just tried to short it. Some of the broader market stocks, and it just didn't work. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But all in all, what I'm excited about is I do think there's going to be a little bit of selling over the next few days, potentially. And I think we're reaching very close to the end of this move, and we're going to start slowing down and getting a little bit of selling. So that's just what I'm planning on happening. We will see if it occurs. I could be totally mistaken, and we can easily continue higher. And if we do continue higher, I will be trading it bullish. But if you want to trade with me, go ahead and click the link. Go to reallifetrading.com and click this. It is totally free. And all of next week, we will be trading together as a team, both myself, Blake Anderson in Denver, Colorado, and Brad Reed in Indianapolis, Indiana will be on the microphones, guiding, helping, educating, entertaining, and enriching. Let's go look at some individual stocks, and pretty much what I'm going to do is just kind of go through our swing trades and just look at what's going on and what they're doing. So first and foremost, Plug is a trade that we're triggered into, bullish, ticker symbol PLUG, and it looked really toasty the day before yesterday, and then kind of did a little bit of a retest today. I'm trying to hold through this one. I actually do like the moving averages. This right here is a retest gap, so the fact that it's going to retest a little bit makes sense. The weekly chart, right, it's also a retest gap on a weekly. You have some high wave indecision going on. Volume is declining, and if I go to a monthly chart, you also have a relatively decent monthly move, possible double bottom over here, potential retest. So I'm trying my best to be patient on Plug Power. Plug it in, plug it in. We will see if that actually happens, but the monthly chart, we are above the 100 simple on the monthly, and we're above all the moving averages on all time frames. So playing this one bullish, we'll see if it works. It may or may not, I don't know, but if it does pull back down here and stop me out at some point, I will be looking to go long again on Plug Power Incorporated. The next one is ACB, Aurora Cannabis. And Aurora Cannabis we got triggered into a few days ago, but a good friend of mine from TrendSpider, my good buddy Jake, is keeping an eye on ACB and some of the energy weed stocks in that particular sector. So Aurora Cannabis, we got triggered in on January 15th, and it had a nice little run up. We were up right at 1R on that particular day, and now I'm just kind of holding through it. Jake really likes InBev right now, NBEV. So he's watching this one really closely, New Age Beverages. This is the daily chart. And, you got rejected really, really nicely by the 50 EMA on InBev. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on this one to just slowly coil and trade sideways a little bit and then eventually pop. We will see if that actually is indeed what happens. But right now, the trend on this one, relatively bearish for the present moment in time. But if we start breaking above 2, closing above the 50, it is at least worth keeping an eye on it. CGC is another one in that industry that I am watching to see if it can pop. This is one that I lost a little bit on. Sorry, not a little bit. I lost a full R on Canopy Growth on Tuesday. Tuesday was actually a good day for me in the day trading world, but Wednesday was certainly not. Still got to talk about that. But yeah, keep an eye on CGC, keep an eye on ACB. We're going to see if those indeed do continue higher or not. Ticker symbol I, which is Intelsat. Intelsat, we have a swing trade on, and we are pennies away from getting stopped out. So most likely I'll be increasing the stop loss on Intelsat to about 650. I'll probably do that today. Again, just to see if it's not going to work, lose small, right? It was a really good trade. I still think it has the ability at some point in time to move nicely. Here's the weekly chart. And again, the moving averages on the weekly chart, we're just really, really far down here. And yes, definitely trying to pick some bottoms on Intelsat, which I do think if this is not the bottom, it probably will consolidate for a little bit longer before eventually bouncing. But long story short, I'll be increasing the stop loss on Intelsat relatively soon. Datadog, ticker symbol DDOG. So Datadog, I actually do kind of like this trade. Right now it looks good. We got triggered in on this day, January 13th. We had to hold through a big retest on January 14th. And since then, it's slowly been kind of pressing higher. I do kind of like the candles that came in. I like the close of this candle today. So Datadog, trend right now looks all right. And let's see if we can hit our target at 44.78 to exit some of our position on that official swing trade. Chewy, CHWY, not holding up as good as I would have liked it to. Probably going to get stopped out of Chewy. We got triggered in on this one, I believe on the pullback on January 16th, playing this hammer candle right here on January 10th. I would have actually liked to have just gotten in on the 13th. There at 4, I could have exited right there for 1 R and some change rather than holding through this pullback. But I do kind of like the stop location. I do like the stock, and I think it could throw in one more little sell-off. But again, if the market does have a big pullback next week or the week after, then yeah, definitely a lot of these swing trades will get stopped out. So my goal is hopefully to lose small on these bullish swing trades or take some profits as they're given to us. Fiverr, FVRR, we're up moderately tiny on Fiverr, and it threw in pretty much a tweezer top, almost perfect tweezer top, a little bit of a bearish engulfing type of candle on Wednesday. So it had a little bit of a pullback on Wednesday for sure, smacking its head against this resistance right here from the earnings gap in August. But if we can break through that, if we can take out that resistance, it should be a nice little move. The weekly chart kind of looks like a double bottom, and my stop loss is below the 10 and the 20 on the weekly. So we'll see if Fiverr gets a little bit of bullish love. FSLY. So here's FSLY. This one actually is working out okay. And again, would like it to work out better, but this is pretty much what we have right now. The daily chart on Fastly, we got triggered in bullish over here somewhere, and it's just been slowly creeping up. We're up about an R on it, and we just kind of chopping sideways right now for the next 2 or 3 days. Again, very strong bullish market, very strong bullish moves. Definitely have some bullish swing trades out there, but as we're coming closer and closer to the end, I want to be just cautious on how much bullish exposure I have on some swings. So we have Peloton. So this one is open. Blake Anderson is looking at catching a pullback on Peloton. You can see here, nice little double bottom on PTON, and Blake wants to catch it bullish. Let's see his actual trade setup here. All right, PTON, he wants to go long at 28.80. This is what it looks like on the daily chart. So he's looking at a pullback pretty much right into the 50 EMA. Why would he want to go bullish off the 50 EMA? I don't know. Maybe we bounced there 2 times in the past, and he wants to buy low, sell high, trying to play a little bit of a double bottom retest. That's what it looks like to me, at least on Peloton. FLIR is another one. So again, we have a decent amount, a copious amount of swing trades right now. FLIR, we were playing it on a breakout, and it hasn't quite broken out yet. Earnings a little bit around the corner. We will see if FLIR Systems does eventually break out of this resistance, right? It may or may not, but if it does, that'll be pretty cool. Upwork, UPWK, we still have open. UPWK, and more or less just trying to see if this thing does break bullish. It has been on an extremely slippery slope since it IPO'd and just keeps getting pummeled by the sellers. Right now, no buying in sight, although there was a lot of good volume right here. We have not gone higher yet, and this is probably one we're going to end up canceling, as right now the trend is your friend, and that friend is a strong, giant grizzly bear. All right, two more, and then we're going to go look at the day trades I absolutely flummoxed yesterday. PLAB, we're looking for this Morningstar potential to break higher into 1540 and then hopefully run a little bit on PLAB. We'll see if that plays out. And then Canada Goose, GOOS. Canada Goose had a little bit of a nice little tweezer bottom, bullish one white soldier type of candle back here in January. I kind of like this pop, so we'll see if Canada Goose gives us any love. Here's the weekly chart, and again, it is pulling into a support. Nice lower highs for sure. So it's either going to bounce down here or it won't. Very simple and pretty easy to play. I like those type of trades. We're either wrong or you're right immediately. Speaking of being wrong immediately, Roku, this is one of my R losses from yesterday. ROKU had a really nice one white soldier candle on Tuesday. And this is one that a lot of traders played pretty successfully. And then we gapped up. And we did gap up quite nicely. So the high was 137.50 and we opened at 137.52. So one white soldier gapping up above the previous high. I'm going to play that pretty aggressive, and I did. So going into a 2-minute or 3-minute chart on Roku, you can pretty much see how we played it. Entry here, stop there, and it just boom and boom. So that was a quick 1R right down the tubes on Roku. But hey, I'm okay to lose on a trade as long as it meets my criteria. Tesla, I just shorted too early is pretty much what happened on Tesla. And you heard that right, I did short Tesla. Mostly because it's just, I was laughing. It's like, come on, dude. At some point, you got to give a little bit of a pullback. I'm extremely bullish on Tesla. I have bullish positions on Tesla. I'm just... I don't know, man. I thought that this was a little too far too fast, and it wasn't. Simple put, I was just wrong. So all through here, I tried to short the breakdown. Once it took out this pre-market support, I tried to short below there, it didn't work. Tried to short below there, it didn't work. Happy to use my stops, but if I had just simply followed a very basic strategy, I wouldn't have shorted Tesla at all, and I would have gone long somewhere over here, and I would have made money. So it was kind of comical, but absolutely did a terrible, terrible job at not going bullish on Tesla, going bearish and losing. So I lost 2 R's on Tesla yesterday, trying it twice. Shopify, I tried a little also, just a smidge too early. So Shopify was at an all-time high. So it was just a really good trapping day for faders. It just pushed one more time higher. I felt like this trend was just a little on the touch extended side, and it kind of was. But here's the 5-minute chart. Once the very first 5-minute candle came in, big upper shadow like that, breaking above the pre-market resistance, I thought to myself, you know what? I feel like some people are trapped in here. They probably went long. Let me see if I can short. So once it took out this bullish candle, I got in bearish here with a stop up there, and you can see just barely getting stopped out. And then Shopify went on to have a brilliant rollover. But by that time, I had already lost all my R's for the day, so I wasn't able to hop back on. But man, entering here below this hammer candle with a stop right there would have been a really good payday on Shopify. But I was just too aggressive yesterday on the short and just got in too quickly, and that was why I lost. So Netflix, same thing. Here's a 3-minute chart, and just played Netflix a little too aggressive. It was a nice gap. It did indeed gap below the low of yesterday. So it was a very nice gap, really good open. It was a retest gap. I did wait on the retest and just got stopped out because it retested a little too hard, as you can see into here, taking out the previous high of the day, and then it did eventually crumble slightly. So those are my 5 trades I lost on yesterday. I lost 5R, pretty much an R on all of them. Unfortunately, it happens. It shouldn't happen frequently, but it does happen. The good news is I normally have about 1 bad day every 3 or 4 months, and I think yesterday was it. I'm going to learn a lot from my lessons. I'm going to do a lot of research. I'm going to practice. I'm going to back trade. I'm going to get it all back and then some. You can rest your laurels on that. But also, we all have to know that that was my first big losing day, I think, in 4 months. Because the last 4 months, as you can see in the market, have just been kind of astronomically insane. I've had losing days, don't get me wrong, over the last 4 months. But yesterday was a 5R day, 5R loss, which is my max R loss for that particular Wednesday. So simple as that. I tried. It didn't work. I got out too early, got in too early. All of those things occurred and just did not play patient enough yesterday. So we'll see what the general broader markets do, but this team of mine is absolutely incredible. So many wonderful people filled with positivity, enthusiasm, love, generosity, philanthropy, just good energy vibes everywhere. And I don't know if Felicia or Anthony are watching this right now, but if you are, to both of you, I truly love you and cherish both of you. What an incredible, incredible week and experience we've had together in Dubai. And Felicia pretty much almost paying for the entire trip, only day trading 2 days, playing Tesla bullish both times and playing Beyond Meat bullish yesterday. So we did really well yesterday, didn't do so well today, but all things are good. Excited to see what the future brings, ladies and gentlemen. I will be in Denver this weekend. So I'm flying from Dubai straight to Denver for a presentation, and then I'll be back in Nashville on Sunday night. Make sure to join the free week, January 27th. That is Monday. I will see you there, and it's my time and my turn to help each and every one of you become incredible traders, enrich lives together, make loads of money, and do the really great things that you want to do in life. I'll see you around, and until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.